Here to help us make sense of all the things is Rick Pearson, chief political reporter for the Chicago Tribune. Happy Friday, Rick.
Is it Friday?
It is.
That's why I have a day-date watch.
Apparently it is. Also here, Brandon Pope, host of On the Block on WCIU Channel 26 and host of Season 4 of WBEZ's Making podcast. Welcome back, Brandon.
Great to be back as always. Good to see you.
On the line with us is Mike Flannery, political editor at Fox 32 News. Good to have you back on Reset, Mike.
TGIF.
Yeah.
Remember that you can now watch the weekly news recap live on the WBEZ Facebook and YouTube pages. So we're going to start with the mayor's race. Then we're going to make some sense of Tuesday's midterm elections. Newly reelected Congressman Chuy Garcia ended the will he, won't he saga, announcing that he will actually run for mayor. Mike, this wasn't exactly a surprise, was it?
No, he's been signaling after having, in the words of the mayor's campaign spokeswoman, after having dithered for weeks and months, he's now been signaling in the last few weeks that he's in, and the question is just how much money he will have. He does have a ready-made cadre of supporters and workers. I think despite the late start, he's already had people out collecting signatures. While many of the dozen or so candidates there are claiming to run for mayor, there are questions about whether they'll make the ballot. I think Congressman Garcia will make the ballot.
Yeah. Well, Garcia ran for mayor back in 2015. So your thoughts on his chances this time around?
Oh, I think he instantly vaults into the front rank of contenders, and he's and if he can get, he told me several months ago that one of the obstacles when he was thinking about this, one of the obstacles was raising the 5 to 7 million or even 8 million that he thinks is going to be needed. I mean, if he can pull that together, he might even become a front runner.
Yeah. Rick, do you think that he stands out from the other candidates?
Oh, I think he does. And part of it is that previous history that exists, as well as the fact that, as a leading Latino voice in Congress, here in Chicago, basically has created his own political machinery and has kind of the stature to make this run. And so the question I think becomes, though, is, he's a Bernie Sanders progressive, and how many progressives are there going to be in this race? Yeah. And I really think, the question now that, you've got some of these traditional labor unions that would have supported him they've already jumped to other people.
Yeah.
So I think this is the kind of the next machination of this, is to see where the progressives, if they can unify behind a candidate.
I'm real fascinated by that myself. SEIU and the CTU both backing Brandon Johnson, another progressive. He's going to have a large volunteer base with those two alone, and a treasure trove of money as well. So I'm like, a lot of people, they talked about Chuy Garcia getting in this and it being a Chuy versus Lightfoot and a runoff.
Right.
With Brandon Johnson in there and looking at the resources he's going to have, you got to wonder what his lane's going to be here, and if he can disrupt it. He's going to have the money to throw a few shots any way he wants to.
Yeah.